begin, we're in the middle of discussing the Mishnah of Rabbi Lazar ben Azariah. Lazar ben Azariah, right? And we went through 4 or 3, how many was it? Four Pirushim in the Mishnah, and then last week at the end of the share I brought a 5th Pirush from the Rebbe, and I want to start off with that 5th Pirush. So the 5th Pshat in the Mishnah is the Rebbe's Pshat in Chelik Gimel, the Rebbe brings it, and it's quoted over here in the Sikha of Tafshin and Beis, Parshas Shmos Tafshin and Beis, which is a gewaldige Sikha. So the Teichen of the 5th Pshat is that Chachamim, or let's start with Ben Zayma. Ben Zayma say that Maskini Yitzis Mitzrayim Baleilos. Then the Chachamim say no, Lahavi L'Maisa Moshiach. Zok the Rebbe. What's the Pshat in Machlekes? Ben Zayma is saying that Bizman Hazeh Maskini Yitzis Mitzrayim Bayom and Balayla. The Chachamim came and said to Rabbi Ben Zayma that I agree to you that Bizman Hazeh. I agree to you that B'Maisa Moshiach you're going to mention it by Yom and Balayla, but Bizman Hazeh only by Yom. That's what he really meant to say. His chiddush of Lahav B'Maisa Moshiach was not the very fact that we're going to be mentioning Yitzis Mitzrayim B'Maisa Moshiach, but then it's going to be Balaylos. What's the reason for this? Because the very fact Maskirin Yitzis Mitzrayim B'Maisa Moshiach is not a chiddush. Just like Ben Zayma, according to one of the pshatim we learned, Ben Zayma also agrees Maskirin Yitzis Mitzrayim B'Maisa Moshiach. Elamai, they hold you don't need a special pasuk for that. There's a klal that no mitzvah will be uprooted lasud lavai. So why should the mitzvah of Zchiras Yitzis Mitzrayim be any different? Umemele holds that the same thing is also with this mitzvah. Yeah. Elamai, the only chiddush we're saying is this, that you are machadish, that there's going to be baleilos, that's only lasud lavai, not Bizman Hazeh. That's the chiddush. What's Taka de Hezber? What is Taka de Hezber? Why only lasud lavai is it going to be said baleilos and not Bizman Hazeh? So the Rebbe's masbeh there and brings it over here also in the Ha'aris al pi chsidis. I don't know if there's a Hezber al pi nigla. I'm not even sure if the Rebbe is saying this pshat as like a piddush of pshat in the Mishnah, or this is a piddush I think maybe that's based on Kisvei Arizal. So the Rebbe is masbeh that what Chachamim are saying to Ben Zayma is that Bizman Hazeh, before Mashiach comes and we're in Golus, where there's a matzav of Laila, you can't bring in the zechira of Yitzias Mitzrayim, which the idea of Yitzias Mitzrayim really means that a person goes out of his Akbalas in a matzav of Laila. In a matzav of Yom, even Bizman HaGolus, there are 2 matzavim. There's a matzav of Yom and there's a matzav of Laila. In a matzav of Yom, it's possible Bizman Hazeh to experience a Yitzias Mitzrayim. But in a matzav of Laila, Bizman Hazeh you can't experience Yitzias Mitzrayim. Oh, Sadlavai, however, when it's going to be Laila Kayom Yoir, and then it's going to be Ischapchach Shechel Nanahire, so then you'll be able to bring Maskir Yitzias Mitzrayim Baleilos. That's what Chacham are telling. Yeah, that's what Chacham are telling Ben Zayma. Right, so what does that mean then? What does that mean? That Ben Zayma disagrees. So it comes out according to this. Ben Zayma is saying a bigger chiddush in the Chachamim. Ben Zayma, and we passing like Ben Zayma. Ben Zayma comes and says, no, even Bizman HaGolos, in the time of Laila, it's possible for Yid to mention Yitzis Mitzrayim and experience Yitzis Mitzrayim even in a matzav of darkness. That was the chiddush of Ben Zayma. Okay, wait. No, the Rebbe goes a step deeper. You'll see. Wait. Okay. So now the Rebbe is masber a deeper vart over here. Yes, this is the Tafshin Beis Parshas Shmos. Parshas Shmos Tafshin Beis. So now the Rebbe is masber a deeper vart over here, and it goes as follows: this idea that la'asad lavai we're going to be maski Yitzias Mitzrayim, not only Bizman Hazeh, but la'asad lavai also we're going to be maski Yitzias Mitzrayim. What's really the pshat in this? So the Rebbe says the reason is because Yitzias Mitzrayim and the Gula Asidah are connected. The Gula Asidah is really the completion of Yitzias Mitzrayim. Umemele, even after the Gula Asidah is completed, we don't forget about Yitzias Mitzrayim. Yitzias Mitzrayim is the beginning of that very Gula. Or the lashon that's always brought in Chassidus is that Yitzias Mitzrayim is the psichas hatziner of the Gula Lasad Lavai. So when we complete the Gula Lasad Lavai, you always go back to the beginning, to the psichas hatziner that happens in the beginning. So therefore, even Lasad Lavai, we will remember Yitzias Mitzrayim. That's one of the pshatim that's brought in Chassidus all the time. There's 2 basic pshatim actually that are brought in Chassidus to explain what would be the reason to mention Yitzias Mitzrayim Lasad Lavai, even though the nisim there will be much greater. One is this Hezbollah that I just said. because of the idea of Psichas Atziner. And then there's another Hasber because Sof, although the Nisim Lasadlavi will be greater, there's a Maila to the Nisim of the Gula of Mitzrayim because it comes B'derech Eskafia. When the clip is at its height, and the Nes and the Yitzia of Mitzrayim comes to subdue and break the Klippa, there's something more powerful about that, and we're just learning now, Bashas Boy, Bashas B'Shalach, the Kibarach Ha'am, which Alter Rebbe ben Tanya, Perek Lamed Aleph explains, the Kibarach Ha'am means that the Klippa, what is at the height, if Yidden would stay in Mitzrayim for one more rega, they would be Nishka Memta Shari Toma, and Yidden run out of Mitzrayim. There's something unique about that moment that you won't have lost Lavai. Last Lavi it says, Loi b'menusa telechon, Yidden will not run out of Golas, they'll go b'menucha, it'll be a completely different type of Gula. So there's a certain Maila that Iskafia has over his Hapcha. That's the basic idea that's explained in a few Maimonim. Here, in this Sikha, the Rebbe turns it back now. The Rebbe says, let's take a look now back. Let's go back to the first...
Normally we look at his Hapcha as a higher...
Correct. But there's a Maila in Iskafia. This is something that's explained in a lot of places. Iskafia has a Maila.
Saying that we have to get back to the Skafia now?
No, we're going to go back to the first point. Now let's go back to the first point. Yeah, got to do a Skafia. You have me on board for that one. But let's go back to the point of Psichas Atzina. The Yitzias Mitzrayim and the Gula Asida are not two distinct Gulas. There's a beginning, and it's a process, and it continues every day, as it says in Chassidus, Kimeitzeis Chameretz Mitzrayim. That every day we're going out of Mitzrayim, or the Parsha, the pasuk of Elam Mas'ei B'nei Yisrael Sheyatzim Meretz Mitzrayim. Every day we're going another step out of Mitzrayim until we come to the final conclusion, the final step of Yarden Yereicha to enter into Eretz Yisrael Asad Lovei. So the point that Rebbe says is, this point is not only a hesber why Asad Lovei we're going to mention Yitzias Mitzrayim, but that should really explain you is that even today, when we mention Yitzias Mitzrayim encapsulates in it really the Gula Asida as well, because the Gula Asida was the beginning, the first blast that will lead to and bring to the Gula Asida. And not only that, it goes even a step further, because the Rebbe in another place explains what's really this concept of Psichas Atziner. There's two ways that you could look at this concept of Psichas Atziner. The simple pshat of Psichas Atziner is when you have like a new pathway, a new inyan that you have an opening. So there's a beginning, the beginning of the process. It's just the breakthrough, the initial breakthrough. But you still have a long way to go to come to the ending. Right? That's the concept of Psichas Atziner. But there's a deeper pirish in Psichas Atziner that the Rebbe says in other places. In Chelik Yizayin, in a Pesach Sikha, the Rebbe says the real pshat of Psichas Atziner is it's not just a breakthrough. The entire nekuda of everything that's going to come out later into the details is all there. It's all there in a nutshell in the beginning. Elamai, it hasn't been yet nizgale. It didn't come out in the details. It didn't come down in the tachten in the world. But the nekuda in the Gula of Yitzias Mitzrayim, that was the Geula that included everything. The greatest Gila of Melech Malcham Lochem HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that included everything. Elamai, because of all kinds of meniyas v'yikuvim, it wasn't nizgala b'poyel amata to see what it really is. And la'asad lavoi, it's going to be nizgala. And when it's going to be nizgala la'asad lavoi, we're going to look back at the Gula of Mitzrayim and we'll suddenly see what the Gula of Mitzrayim was really about. And the Rebbe says, Amayr de Gevart, that you could see this when you get to a simple thing. We know it says, when Yidden came out of Mitzrayim, they weren't really right to leave Mitzrayim. They were holding by Mem Tashara Tumah. It says when Yidden were by the Yamsuf, this week's parasha, the Yamsuf didn't want to split. The Yamsuf said, Halalu evdei avodah zara and Halalu, why should I split? Why are they better than them? Yidden didn't deserve Yitzias Mitzrayim, right? So now, the Rebbe says, but Pashtos, you look at this, it's a major chesaron. It's something that happened, that the Eibush had to schlep them out of Mitzrayim, because the Eibush promised Avraham Avinu the Bris Ben Absarim, but really the Yidden were in Roy. It's a major chesaron. So the Rebbe says, no, when Moshiach will come and the Gula of Mitzrayim will be completed in the Gila of the Gula Asida, you know it will be in his Gala. That this is really the greatest Maila. The fact that the Eibishter takes us out of Mitzrayim, although we don't deserve it, is because the deepest connection that the Yidden has to the Eibishter. That connection, the Bechira, that the Eibishter is Beiche Yidden. As it says in Chassidus, that the Bechira is, even when Yidden and Lahavdul Goyim look externally to be the same, it's Halalu and Halalu, the Eibishter says, this is meine Kinder. The deepest connection, like it says in the Maimonim of Purim and other places. Exactly. So when you look at Mitzrayim, before you come to the Shleimus of the Gula Asida, you see the Chesaron. You see the fact that Yidden are lacking. But when the emes is Nizgala, it reveals the truth that the Eibishter is connected to us be'etzim and takes us out of Mitzrayim in every matziv. Right?
Why did you say the Psichas Atzina means that after it says Mitzrayim, now it's open for everybody?
What do you mean by everybody? Everybody is who?
Like after the
That's a different point. I understand. I know it's a different point. That's when you get to Avodas Hashem. I understand what you're saying. That's also probably a relevant point. But I'm talking over here about Yetzias Mitzrayim regarding the Gilim Mulmayla. Regarding the Gilim Mulmayla. The breakthrough Mulmayla. There's an Indian of Yetzias Mitzrayim Mitzad Avodas Hashem. You're right. There's an idea of Yitzchak Tzinem Mitzad Avodah of Mesiris Nefesh. That's Gabi Avodah. Here I'm talking about the Gilim Mulmayla. Okay, so now the Rebbe says, Ebazayt comes out, when we say Yetzias Mitzrayim every single day, what are we really mentioning? We're remembering Yetzias Mitzrayim, but what is the essence of Yetzias Mitzrayim? Moshiach, the Gila of the Gula Siddha. That's what it really is. Okay, so therefore the Rebbe says, the real pshat, and what the Chachamim are saying, Lohavi Limaisa Mashiach is, that even Bizman Hazeh, when we mention Yetzias Mitzrayim, we're also mentioning Yemaisa Mashiach. That's what it is. When we're speaking today about Yetzias Mitzrayim, we're talking, every time we say Yetzias Mitzrayim, what are we talking about? We're talking about Yemaisa Mashiach. That's what Yetzias Mitzrayim really is. And the Rebbe is medayik, the Lashon of the Mishnah, Lahavi L'Maisa Mashiach. Usually the Lashon of the Mishnah or the Gemara is always L'Rabbis, something like that, to be Marba. Why does it say over here Lahavi? So the Rebbe over here says that he heard from his father. Kain Shamaiti Mi'a Amurzal. He heard from his father that the Pshat and Lahavi means that you bring the Yemaisa Mashiach into the Zman HaGolus. As the Rebbe is geteicht. So the Rebbe over here explains what his father was saying. What his father was saying is because Be'etzem, what is Yetzias Mitzrayim? Yetzias Mitzrayim Be'etzem is the Gula Asidah. That's the Pnimius of the Gula of Yetzias Mitzrayim.
How you bring it into the act?
Huh?
You should act.
So the Rebbe. So 1 second. So the Rebbe over here explains that. So here comes the point. Now we go. Let's go through again the opinions. Ben Zayma says that to mention Yetzias Mitzrayim, and now we understand what mentioning Yetzias Mitzrayim really is. Mentioning Yetzias Mitzrayim, which is Yemaisa Mashiach, is only shaykh to Yom. It's not shaykh to Laila. Huh? No, Ben Zayma. Let's start with Ben Zayma. Ben Zayma says. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry. You're right. Ben Zayma says that includes even Laila. That you can mention Yetzias Mitzrayim even by Laila. Chachamim come and say Lohav Vili Moisa Mashiach. You could bring your Moisa Mashiach even into this Zman HaGolus.
Taking it deeper.
1 second. So the Rebbe comes and says Rabbi Lazar ben Azariah. When Rabbi Lazar ben Azariah quoted both opinions, he quoted. I mentioned earlier the Rebbe brings here from Mefarshim. When you read the Mishnah, Omar Rabbi Lazar ben Azariah Lo Zachisi, it looks like that he's bringing this whole thing, and just the Ben Zayma part is what Rabbi Lazar ben Azariah said, to prove that you say it Baleilos. Second part of the Chachamim, he didn't say. The Rebbe says, no, Mefarshim say the entire thing was something that Rabbi Lazar ben Azariah taught. He began with the Lo Zachisi, he quoted Ben Zayma, and then he carried on, and the Chachamim say, Lo Havi L'Maisa Mashiach. So the Rebbe says, you know what's really going on over here? Rabbi Lazar ben Azariah came to combine both opinions. Rabbi Lazar ben Azariah came to say, we can mention Yetzias Mitzrayim even Baleilos. You can bring in a going out of Meitzarim, Gvulim, even Baleilos. And not only that, Chachamim say, Lo Havi L'Maisa Mashiach. And what's the pshat in Lo Havi L'Maisa Mashiach? That you can bring Yemaisa Mashiach into Zman HaGolus, because the emes Yetzias Mitzrayim, the pnimius of Yetzias Mitzrayim is Yemaisa Mashiach. And even Baleilos. Even according to what Ben Zayma says, that you mentioned it Baleilos, even Baleilos.
Basically, Rabbi Lazar ben Azariah he's making
a third opinion. A combination of Ben Zayma and the Chachamim. Ben Zayma said you can mention Yetzias Mitzrayim Baleilos. They were talking just about Yetzias Mitzrayim, not about the pnimius of Yetzias Mitzrayim, which is connected to Yemaisa Mashiach. Chachamim were talking about Yemaisa Mashiach, and they said only by Yom. Not Baleilos. Lost love, it'll be Baleilos. Rabbi Lazar ben Azariah came and was Mechadish. Ayid in the Tifsta Galus, in the Tifsta darkness of Laila, could bring in the Yemaisa Mashiach to be margish, the emes of Yetzias Mitzrayim, the pnimius of Yetzias Mitzrayim, even in a matzav of Leilos. That's the third opinion here. This is the third opinion here. That's the Rebbe's Vart. Correct. Yeah, Chachamim, when they said Lahavi L'Maisa Mashiach, so in the simple pshat of Lahavi L'Maisa Mashiach is that only La'asad Lavai could you mention Yemaisa Mashiach Baleilos. But the Mishnah is Medayik, Rabbi Lazar ben Azariah quoted the opinion of Chachamim and used the term Lahavi, because Rabbi Lazar ben Azariah was quoting Chachamim. Lav Dafka Chachamim themselves even said it in this way. Rabbi Lazar ben Azariah was quoting Chachamim. Chachamim said that lots of love you're going to mention Yemaisa Mashiach. Comes Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah and takes from the Vart of Chachamim and is Mechadish if they're saying lots of love you mention Yemaisa Mashiach. Why? Because the Pnimius of Yemaisa Mashiach, the Pnimius of Yitzias Mitzrayim is Yemaisa Mashiach. So from that I understand that even by Laila you can mention Yemaisa Mashiach. Get the Cheshbon?
Yeah.
That's the Rebbe's Vart. It's the Rebbe's Vart. The Rebbe is saying it. The Rebbe is saying, this is the Pshat and Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah. So, yeah, so now the Rebbe is masber weiter that Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah said this when? On the day that he became the Nasi, when he said, Harei ani keben shivim shana. And the Gemara later over there in Brachas says the whole story that he said that on the day that he became a Nasi. Why? Because in order to say such a vart, to be able to take Yemaisa Mashiach and bring it into Laila of them that from Zayin Rebbe. So can Zayin Ben Zaymes, can Zayin Chachamim, and they're all bringing in Giluyim. He's bringing to Laila. He's saying Yemaisa Mashiach, but to bring the two opposite extremes, Yemaisa Mashiach in Laila, that's Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah when he became a Rebbe. And then the Rebbe is also masber that it's also connected to the fact that he said Arenik ben Shivim Shana. What's up with Shivim Shana? What's the significance of Shivim Shana? So the Rebbe is masber because in the number of Shivim exactly, that's why I'm saying the Shir today. So the Rebbe says because in the number of Shivim Shana you have two opposites. On one hand we know the number Shivim Shana corresponds to what? To Shivim Umas Ha'ilam. And even before you get to Shivim Umas, it corresponds to the Sheva Midas of a person, which you have to be Mevader. Teva, it goes to the 7 days of the week multiplied by 10, 7 midas of a person multiplied by 10, the Shivim Umais, it refers to all kinds of things where you have to deal with negativity and even deal with Mamish Klippa and Umas Ha'ilam. That's one hand. On the other hand, the number 70 in the Isis of the Aleph base. What's the Is in the Aleph base for the number 70? Ayin. What's Ayin? Ayin ba'ayin Yiru. The greatest gili that we say on Shabbos by the when we take out the Sefer Torah, Lo Asad Lavai Ayin Ba'ayin Yiru, the greatest gili that you see direct gili alakus. So what Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah is saying is Harei Anik ben Shivim Shana. He was appointed as a Nasi. He's able to see Ayin Ba'ayin even in Shivim, in the lowest place. Erzet lakos, like the Rebbe Taka says here in the Sikha. What does the Rebbe say here in the Sikha? You learn right in the Sikha. The Rebbe tells us and says Mezitz mit the Sheira Bar, Mezitz mit the Levyasan, Efen with the Eigen. The Rebbe saw it Ayin Ba'ayin, and the Rebbe is telling us, you think it's Shivim in the negative sense? No, it's Shivim. It's Ayin Ba'ayin Yiru. As I touch the Rebbe. Then the Rebbe says another way to give shot here. 770. Oh, which is connected to 770. Very good. What's the Naveda Hashem Love the Mashiach? To bring the Rebbe into the darkest place where you think that the Rebbe can't come there. Rein to bring the Rebbe on the Gilead of Mashiach in the lowest place, in every place. The Rebbe comes down darkness, it's ice dark. Anyways, the Rebbe then explains a Meir de Gevard when you get to the story that it says there in the Gemara regarding the day that Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah was appointed as a Nasi. If you look there in the Gemara in Berachos, you'll see there's an arichas story about this. What brought? It's a Sikh. I'm preaching this. This is Sif Tessover in the Sikh. It's a Meir de Gevard. The Rebbe says what brought to the fact that Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah became appointed as a Nasi. And this is the ganze Maisa dorten. So Bekitzer HaMaisa, Rabbi Gamaliel had a shitta of being very, very strict benegay to how he dealt with the students. And the Gemara over there shares two things. Yes. First the background. First the background. The Gemara there says that B'shas Rabbi Gamliel was the Rosh Hashiva. He was the Nasi. There was a guard that stood by the door. There was a Shomer HaPesach. And anyone that wasn't Teichei Kebarai, if you weren't pure outside like inside, or inside like outside, a person shows himself outside better than he is inside, so then you weren't let into the Bis Medrash. So you had to be for real in order to be able to make it into the Bis Medrash. There's a famous word, the Welt says a famous word in that the Shem, how did the Shomer HaPesach know? At the Vegestellte Bis Emes Baruch HaKadosh, how did he know who's Teichei Kebarai? How could he read what's going on in his heart? So the teretz is, the door was locked. It was the Shomer HaPesach and the door was locked. And the Shomer HaPesach waited to see what happens. The guy comes and sees the door is locked and he walks away, forget it. Name Teichei Kebarai. If the guy's banging, he's ready to bang the door down to get in, so then it's Araya that Teichei Kebarai. Kuponim, as was.
He says, who really came into the Bismedrash, people who are not Teichei Kebarai?
Yeah.
Because they came to the Bismedrash, the Shomer HaPesach says, Teichei Kebarai. They walked away.
So the ones that were not Teichei Kebarai ended up coming in. Kapanim, then the Gemara there says the whole story about the machlokes that was between Rabbi Gamliel and Rabbi Yeshua. Rabbi Gamliel had a what opinion? Rabbi Yeshua had a different opinion. And Rabbi Gamliel was Mitzayir Rabbi Yeshua, and he forced him, and he gave it to Kiddush HaChedesh and other instances that he should follow Rabbi Gamliel, Yom Kippur, right? So the Kitzur, they were made Rabbi Gamliel. And then Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, they appointed Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah to be a Nasi. Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah came to Nasi, he opened the doors, he allowed everybody in. Everybody was able to come to the Bismedrash. Ba'isa Yom, the Tosfos, Hafsala, Beis HaMedrash. The Bismedrash was packed full. They had to bring in new benches. So the Rebbe's Masber, what's really the chiluk between Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah and Rabbi Gamliel? Rabbi Gamliel was in such a madrege where he couldn't tolerate any remnants of Chayshech. Rabbi Gamliel was also a Nasi. He was also a Nasi, a Rebbe. By him, he was living in Yemaisa Mashiach. He was living in such a matzav where anything that doesn't have a shaykhis to the emes of Einod Milvadi of Yemaisa Mashiach doesn't belong. He couldn't tolerate it. Al Derech, the Rebbe says, you find also the Hanhag of Beishamai. It says, the halacha is going to be like Beishamai. Right? And Beishamai also was in such a oifen that he didn't handle a person that wanted to be in his guy, al regal achas. Huh? No, okay. He was on the Madrege where Sinish Geven, he couldn't tolerate anything that's heipich, a matzav of Teiche Kibare. It had to be full kedusha like Lasad Lavi. It was an island of Lasad Lavi in his Bismedrash. Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah came along, and what did he do? So the Rebbe says, not pshat, he went lower. So Pashas, you think Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah decided, you know what? They made me a Rosh Hashiva, and they removed him because he was too harsh, so I better take another approach. I better go down a level lower and be more inviting. The Rebbe says, that's not the pshat. Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah went a step further. He was also living in Yemaisa Mashiach. But he lived in Yemaisa Mashiach b'ofen kazeh that he's able to bring the emes of Yemaisa Mashiach to Alaman, to everybody. Even a person that's not Teiche Kibare. He has a deeper kayach. He's able to tolerate and bring that gili of Yemaisa Mashiach, including to someone that's not Teiche Kibare. That was so Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah was mamshech, what Rabbi Gamliel did, even a step further. And the Rebbe here brings in the Sikha an interesting thing, that be'emes, what happened when the Gemara there says, when Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah came to Nasi, so you would think Rabbi Gamliel was just removed from his position, so he didn't walk into the Bismedrash, he stayed away. No, the Gemara says, Va'af Rabbi Gamliel leimona atzmei beis HaMedrash afilu shah achas. Rabbi Gamliel came and there the same day, and the Gemara brings a raya there from a Mishnah that he joined all the discussions in the Bismedrash when Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah became the Nasi. What does that mean? But Pashtus, you learn Pshat in the Gemara, it's coming to show you the greatness of Rabbi Gamliel. Here he was just removed, and they appointed who? An 18-year-old Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, and he's coming, he's in the Bismedrash together with them. So I made it humility to do such a thing. But the Rebbe says the Vart is not humility. He came and he was maskim to the mahalach, to the shitta of, he was elevated and included in this shitta of Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah. He was also living in Yemaisa Mashiach. He began the Gilui. Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah took it a step further. He took it to the next level, and Rabbi Gamliel was maskim and joined also that new matzav of Yemaisa Mashiach that could include even a person that's not Teiche Gebare. That's Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, and that's the Shivim Shon of Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah, and that's why he brought together the Yemaisa Mashiach into Leilos. That's the word in the Sikha here. And just to finish off with one more thing, because everything is meduyik. The Rebbe says, if you look there in the Gemara says how many new people came into the Bismedrash on that day. Rabbi Elazar ben Azariah became the Nasi. So there's two opinions. The second opinion there in the Gemara is they had to bring another 700 benches. So 700 is 10 times 70. The shleimus of 70 is 700 benches, so you have 770. So that's the 770, the 700 benches that they brought into the Bismedrash.